live streams at the same time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's the first time we've done it. We'll see.
Oh, from like the live TV?
The double live streams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it works. There we go.
I'm excited.
We get the bat signal out for the people.
The Red Bull.
That Red Bull though.
Yeah, Red Bull. It's gonna be a good show because of this. Not the great conversation, right? Or anything like that. It's gonna be the Red Bull.
Just a Red Bull, no.
Right. Alright. Looks like we are good to go here. Got all the things. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us for the live stream. We're getting ready to record. And I'm going to go ahead and probably should turn down my TV. I'm such an amateur. There we go. Alright. Looks like we're live on the streams. We're live on the TikTok. We're live on Mograph Tv. Mograph.com/TV. Looks like we are good to go. How's everybody feeling? You ready to do a show?
I'm ready to do a show.
What do we got in here? Paul,
I'm ready.
Impulse, Joe, Jeremy, Brett, Jeff. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
Take a nice little
Ready to
stretch
do
before
this?
the show. Here
Alright.
we go. Get our breathe in, breathe out.
Cool.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Breathe. I hate that song because it asks you to breathe in twice. You can't breathe in
I know.
twice.
Breathe in, breathe in. Yeah, okay. I
Keep
mean, you
breathing
just
in.
did. You just breathed in twice. It doesn't tell you to breathe out, though. But that's when you start
Yeah.
singing.
Oh,
They're trying
okay.
to let you
Okay.
know that there's going to be a lot of singing involved.
Gotcha. All
So
right.
just breathe in twice.
Right?
All right. This is the
Good old
time,
Gavin Rosendale.
This is the time when we hit the records on
Cool.
our things. I am rolling now. Y'all let me know.
I am
when
rolling
you-
as well.
let
Yes.
me know when you're recording, and I will commence with the sync clap. Let me know when y'all are rolling.
Rolling. Hey, Kevin. Happy belated birthday.
All right. Everybody rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, cool. We're going to do a sync clap. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, clap. So everybody get ready. It'll be 1, 2, 3, clap. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Cool. All right. Everything's rolling. And I got my notes. Yeah. Y'all feeling good? You ready to do this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. Here we go. All right. What's up, and welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt, and joining us today is the super talented Mahnoor Barry.
Hi, what's up?
And Mograph is a supplement to our site, mograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other Mograph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects, plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. You can email us info@mograph.com. Let us know what you think about the show. Questions, comments, concerns, queries, grievances, show topic suggestions, artist suggestions. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, over there, and YouTube, and mograph.com. Look, check us out on all the things. Look, we're over there, we're over here, we're everywhere. I'm just streaming the TikTok over here just to try it out. Thought it'd be fun. I feel like that's what the people are doing these days. They run
Yes.
TikTok on the side like, oh, you're over there behind the scenes? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You should come over here where all the cool people are. I think
Then
that's
what I'm
how
going
you're
to
supposed
do
do it.
is I'm just going to get on TikTok and watch the show from here.
Oh, there you go.
While,
There you go.
You can do
you
that?
know.
Nice. Yeah, you can just see
Yeah.
me and only hear my end of the conversation. It's great.
There you go.
Now, check us out on there. We've been posting some stuff. Hopefully, we'll post some more. We hit 2,000.
Let's get some more likes. We gotta pump up those likes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we
Let's
got
get 'em. Let's
2,000
see how many
followers
likes we
now.
can get.
Yeah,
We have
So that's
2,000
fun.
followers?
we have 2,000 followers now.
All
Yeah, I
right,
like
go
that.
team.
Already.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
cool.
Pumped up the likes. Let's see how many likes did I give you. 104. 104 likes.
Nice.
Florida, can you?
There you
Oh
go.
boy.
Trying to get on that
Not a
TikTok.
good idea.
So make sure you send us an email, info@mograph.com. Give us some suggestions on what you want to see on the show and what types of content you want to hear about, because that's what really drives the show and of course makes it better, because it's the things that you want to hear about. So this week, real quick, I wanted to do a quick wrap up, not a wrap up, but just an update on Rococo stuff. We're still waiting on her suit. It's supposed to be here pretty soon. I'm excited about that. But in the meantime, we got the gloves, and I had honestly, only 10 minutes to play with them. But I'm they were sitting there. I was just eyeing them. I'm like, all right, I got to play with these gloves and just see what this is about. And loaded it up, and I was able to connect them, and it's pretty cool. I'm just waiting for the bodysuit so that we can do the rest of it. So, the hands work, and it's interesting. You plug in each glove to the back of the computer via these long USB cables they give you, and that's how you set it up, and that's how you tell it what Wi-Fi to use. But they still have to be powered by USB.
Yeah.
So they give
lame.
you short cables so that you can power them with little batteries. So if you are somebody who's waiting on your suit to arrive right now, go ahead and buy some little USB battery things, because you're probably going to need them.
Like a
that would be number
USB, just like an actual external battery that you would
just
plug
one
your
of those-
phone into or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something small. Maybe you could Velcro to your wrist or something. You want to have that portable.
Seems like there would be a
portability, I
built-in
guess.
battery, that they would want to do that or something, make it
don't know.
easier. I don't know.
I don't know, but that's as far as I got. That's really as far as I got. I opened their studio beta, but it is a beta. There's a lot of settings and things that aren't there yet. I updated the firmware on the gloves. That was a little tricky, in my opinion, because I had them fail a couple times, and one failed so bad that I had to figure out how to factory reset it. Other than that, they're working though. I got them up and running, and now I'm just super excited to try the rest of the suit. So
Yeah.
we'll keep you updated. I don't know if we talked about it on the show or not, but Jags is flying in May.
Yeah, he is.
With his suit, and we're gonna meet up with some other people here in town, like Barton Damer, who's got a suit coming as well, and we're gonna figure out how
Have
to
a
use
little
the thing.
have a little Rococo day.
Yeah, Rococo Day. So, also wanted to give an update on Mograph TV. It is launched. We're really excited about that now. Some of you may be actually watching on Mograph TV right now. That's mograph.com/TV, or you can subscribe and you can watch on the on our YouTube channel live. We got multiple streams running now. Glad it works. This is the first test of doing the simulcast and both of them running at the same time. So please help us spread the word, because this is an experiment. I told Matt, I'm we're gonna do this for a year, and if it's not gaining any traction,
We're gonna do it for more than a year.
Yeah,
We're gonna do it for more than a
we
year.
can find a station manager. See, because I have to
Right.
figure out what's gonna play at every moment of every day for
Right.
free. It's my daily now.
Right.
So the only way that it works is if you watch it, though. If you're not watching it, if you're not putting it
Yeah.
on, then what's the point?
We've
So-
got a bunch of killer content too.
Yeah, there's some great
a bunch of great content partners that we're working with, which is fantastic. So some real
Yep.
good stuff up there.
And we got some people that we're adding pretty soon as well. One of those is Ducky 3D. And if you haven't heard of
Yeah.
Ducky 3D, then you're probably not into Blender. But if you are into Blender, you've probably heard of Ducky 3D. See? So make sure that you watch for that, because he's actually making us some exclusive content.
Ooh,
Exclusive.
It's so exclusive.
So make sure that
If
you're
you're-
watching, spread the word.
If you're
and all
curious about the schedule, what's coming up, you can go to mograph.com/TV, and we've got a little scheduler up there. So you can schedule your day around it and be like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. I'm gonna check out Chris Schmidt's thing here a little bit later.
Yeah. It's organized in blocks right now. We have blocks and things. And so, the times are not exact, because, all this content's random times. It's not like
Right.
TV where everything's 30 minutes long.
Right.
So these are approximate. We're working on a system where we can show exactly what it is live at any given time and link back to everybody. We're working on it, but it has to gain traction for that to work. So make sure you tell your friends, put it on. If you got an extra TV, put it on somewhere. I almost said Rococo, a Roku, whatever it
Roku,
is.
yep.
Rev's got it. See, he's got it running right now. You put it up
Had
in
mine
your
running all
studio.
morning.
It's on YouTube, so anything that has YouTube, you could put it on. You know, an old
Yep.
iPad or a TV or whatever. If you work at a studio, come on now, just like put it on in the
Yeah.
break room, put it on the conference room. You know,
Put it on in the break room.
yeah, just put it on. You can,
I like
you
it.
know, during the day, you look over, you're like, oh, I didn't know that existed. That's a cool program or whatever it is, right? Oh, look at that trick in Cinema 4D. I like that right there. It's
Oh,
It's-
great. Another Mograph podcast.
yeah. Hey, I tried to keep those, you know,
I know.
not on all the time. The cool thing about it though is like when you are learning or you're trying to do a project or something, you're looking for a specific tutorial, right? I want to know how to do this one specific thing. If you are just doing that, you're going to miss out on other things that you may have not thought of before, right? So like if something comes on and it's a tutorial or a show about something that you've never heard of that's like new, you weren't actively seeking it out. And I think that's what's cool about it is you're going to like find out about new stuff.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
cool. This morning I was working on some a Procreate job, you know, so I was just sitting on my couch, you know, working, and I had it on in the background, and it was a Winbush, you know, tutorial and stuff where he's
Yeah.
going through Unreal stuff, and it's like, it's really cool just to like listen to it in the background. It's real relaxing.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, Winbush has that beautiful voice.
Yeah.
It's nice and calming.
And speaking of Procreate, by the way, make sure you go check out Brush Up, which is Caitlin's Procreate course. You can check that out on Mograph.com. And yeah, so Pickle Nick? What did Pickle Nick say?
Got it turned on right now, hearing the lag between the YouTube stream and the Mograph TV stream.
Oh, that's
reminds me of
funny.
when, yeah, when he used to be in my office. That's
Yeah,
funny.
so check that out. Matt, do you have any updates on Camp Mograph?
I do
before we
have a
get
few
going?
updates. So first off, make sure and stay tuned. Sign up campmograph.com. We are announcing the dates that the tickets go on sale for this year's camp. So we'll be announcing those dates tomorrow. So make sure and sign up for that. We do have we've picked up 3 amazing, awesome sponsors for this year's camp, and I just want to take a second to give them a big shout out because camp would not happen without any sponsorships. You know, and so we're super excited. First off, huge shout out to Otoy. Otoy is gone for our super awesome Spider. They are the Spider Lord sponsor. So officially, Otoy presents Camp Mograph 2022. We're super excited to have Otoy on board with that. So really, really excited to have them a part of it, and our Spider Lord sponsor, basically our global sponsor for the event. And then 2 of our village sponsors that we've picked up. Maxon is, you know, awesome and great, and we're super excited to have both them and Video Copilot back as a village sponsor as well. So huge shout out to Otoy, huge shout out to Maxon, huge shout out to Video Copilot for sponsoring Camp Mograph. Give them some love because this
Yeah.
to me is the event to go to each year. So, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be very cool. So we'll have a bunch of announcements tomorrow. Make sure and sign up at campmograph.com.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I'm
Exciting.
excited.
Excited.
Oh, man,
we have
it's
some
gonna
be
other
so good.
announcements too. We got some other people we're lining up. We got some
Uh-huh.
some other sponsors that are like we're almost there with them right now.
Yeah.
You're really gonna like some of this
Talking
stuff.
to
oh man.
different workshop instructors and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Super excited to announce those. We've been talking, lining up fireside chat people. It's a lot of work, but really, like, you know, at the end of the day, when you come home from Camp Mograph and you hear all the people talking about how great of an experience it was, and you know, it was fun. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, make sure and sign up.
Definitely gonna come this year though. Not
You
missing
should.
out. Yeah.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's not too far away from you either. You know, it's not too long of a flight, is it?
Right?
Like
No.
maybe like hour and a half, maybe Virginia to Miami.
No, it should be like almost 2 hours.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
that's not too
Not
bad.
too
That's
bad.
not bad.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Nor, let's talk about your journey as a motion graphics artist.
Mhm.
You work currently at,
Fox. Yes.
Yeah.
but we're not going to talk about that today. Actually, we're going to talk more about your journey and how you got there.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I think you've got a particularly interesting story. And so I figure let's just start from the beginning like we usually do. And
Yeah.
let's start early and just about art in general, or however you got into this creatively. What was your first inkling as a kid or as a teen, like where you felt like this or something related to this might be your thing?
I definitely had no idea that I'll end up as a motion graphic artist, to be honest. Had no idea.
I
And
don't
it
think
was
most of us did.
I know.
it was kind of like I'll try it out,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Because first when I started off, like I grew up in Pakistan and then I moved here like almost 7 years ago now. So my background was completely different. Like I started out my high school doing business and accounting. And well, the thing was like I was always like a good student in my art classes. Like I love to draw and everything, go out like all creative and have my project one of like the best ones. That's what I loved being in the art class. But again, I had no like options in high school to have like a art subject or anything. There was nothing like that. So I ended up doing business and accounting, but I knew that I do not belong here. I do not. Because I always had this thing. I would like in the events or something, I would be taking like I always had this artistic side that like I would be taking like photography classes or something at least in the school. And then when I moved down here 7 years ago, so I started off as like at college and I went to Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale, and Matt knows
AI
that.
alum. Yay.
I didn't even graduate from there. Another story. But I had to transfer to Lynn University because, of course, the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale shut down on us in the middle of semester. And
Gosh.
I know.
Let's talk
But,
about that for a second. Like
Yeah.
what happens when your college shuts down in the middle of going to college? That's not fair.
I mean,
That
yeah,
was
it's not.
not fair at all. We were in our classes, like we were just fine. We were doing our summer class and everything, and then we got our summer break, and then out of nowhere we received this email. No, it was a rumor. We all thought that it's a rumor. That they said that the Art Institute is shutting down and it won't be opening again. Like we won't be going back to the class, and we were like, "What? It's just probably just a rumor. Like it's not true." And then we actually came back to the college and we went to our dean and we were like, "Is that true?" And then he was like, "Unfortunately, that is true. And our last classes are gonna be in December, and I still had almost 2 more years to go at Art Institute." And I was just like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do now?" And then my sister was actually with me too. She was doing her fashion designing, but she was almost done. So she finished hers in December, and
Lucky.
yeah, and I was just left out. What am I gonna do? There were a lot of students who continued at Art Institute, but I was just like, there's no way I'm going back and taking more classes when I know that even the credits are not even going to be transferred, because with Art Institute, they had this thing like only the credits are going to be transferred to another Art Institute and then only you'll be fine. And I was like, there's no way I'm doing that.
Yeah, see, I had a
Yeah.
similar experience when I decided to, go back to school like you do after you go to the Art Institute,
Hmm.
The biggest problem that I found was that the Art Institute was based off of trimesters versus
Yes.
semesters.
Semester.
So the credits would at least transfer, but instead of having a full 4 credit hours, I'd have like 3 credit hours.
Oh.
2 or 3.
So I'd
Yeah.
so I'd still have to take another class in order to make up those credit hours, which sucked.
It completely sucked.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what am I going to do? And then I started looking out like all the other colleges. And it was good that I found another college here, which was like almost an hour away from me, like more north, Lynn University. And then I reached out to them and they were like very sweet enough. Like they knew the whole thing that was going on at Art Institute. And they like kind of like supported all the students. And
Like,
they were,
yeah, a chance to get a whole bunch of students in.
and they did. The whole pretty much our department, which was like computer animation and visual effects, pretty much everyone was there at Lynn University then.
That's funny.
Like I would see like few students from Lynn original, and then I see all the Art Institute students are there now. So it was kind of like funny, but they actually like took all the Art Institute students there, and they took all their credits as well, which was like really nice of them to do that.
Yeah.
But again, there were so many of them that then got transferred, so I had to like spend good and 2.5 years at Lynn University to complete my bachelor's, which like backtracked me at least a year more.
Yeah.
I would
I
have
bet you if you
graduated.
looked into it, you could still get those. You could get those. That student loan. Canceled. I bet you anything, because I know Biden just released some new stuff specifically for people who were, for schools that shut down and stuff like that.
No way, really?
Yeah. Yeah,
'Cause-
and who cares if the credits don't transfer now? You already got the degree, right?
Exactly. I'm definitely gonna try that now. Because I like looked into it. Me and my friends, we talked to like a couple of lawyers for that too, and then we started talking to like our loan companies, and they said like either if you do the loan forgiveness thing, you're gonna get 0 credits from everything that you did, so you would have to start like all over again, and I was not gonna do that. Yeah.
I think that's that's total bullcrap. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
know.
was such a lie, just to try and keep your money.
Yeah,
Good old predatory U.S. school practices and stuff.
it was crazy. Like it was crazy, but I'm definitely gonna look look
You
for
should.
yeah,
should. Yeah.
it. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that there was something out there that happened, and we were just like, what if they like forgive? But then I was like, they're probably not gonna do it because that's a lot of money. Like, but again, for the schools that shut
You
down,
didn't
that
get
I
it.
think,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah,
You were talking about
at least,
you're talking about accounting.
yeah.
I was reminded of this. I think it's a cut scene. I've been watching the Office super fan extended episodes on Peacock, and there's this cut scene from the job fair career day where Oscar is talking to someone, and she's like, "I'm going to be an accountant." He's like, "Don't do it." He's like, "Nope, there's no position here for you. Don't become an accountant." He's like, "You play guitar. You play guitar." Okay, play guitar forever. Practice until your fingers bleed. So
My
So
brother, my brother is an accountant, and when he left school, he came and moved in with us for like 6 months, and during that time he was learning Blender. he's like the whole time he's like, I don't know if I want to be an accountant.
What is this? Like all the artists have accounting background.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I
accounting and
hated
music.
it though.
Yeah, accounting and music. We're all
Yeah.
failed musicians.
Yeah.
That's what I
But at
would
least
say.
that means we can keep a beat,
Right?
for our
Yeah.
renders and make
Right.
sure they're on sync, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
also tell us about your move. Like tell us about the industry in Pakistan, right? Where you
Yeah,
moved from?
Yeah.
And what is it like there in the industry? Like, is there a big art 3D animation industry there? Is it hard to get into? What's it like there?
To be honest, when I was living there, we had no schools to even have anything related to like motion graphics or anything. All of the like people who were working, they were like all self-taught. Like they just learned it from like the videos and everything. But now when I look at it, and there are a couple of people that even reach out to me like on Instagram or anything, they would ask me like, "Hey, I'm going to this college," and I'm just like so like happy because they have these like schools now there that people are like actually going towards that side. I wish when I was living there, they had that option for me too, so I would have like more like background of like even going to the art school. We had nothing back then, but now they actually have. But people there are like super talented. Like I would see like they're coming out with a lot of more animated movies and stuff now, and with like we have this whole sports event going on there, and then that's basically like how I even got into like started thinking when I was a kid, like how do they even do all those sports graphics, like because
Yeah.
back in Pakistan, like there's like cricket is like very like
Yeah.
the main sports, yeah. So like that's when I was used to think like how do they do all those graphics and everything. So I knew that even back then like I'm somehow gonna end up doing like graphic design, but I didn't know like there was a thing called motion graphics at that time. So but going back to the industry now, it's pretty like big. Even like India and Pakistan both, because India is like very famous on their like all their movies, Bollywood movies and stuff.
Right.
So their industry is like kind of big on that, and the artists there like are pretty good. So does like Pakistan now. Like they're still growing, but like their artists in motion graphics, I would say like they're pretty good. And I don't think it's too hard, but you just have to be like stand out of your work. Like everywhere. Like you just have to have something different, and people are gonna recognize you because I know there are not a lot of people there who are like motion graphic artists and VFX. So I like it's growing. I would say like it's not too big yet, but it's still growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
what happened after? Okay, so you moved, you did college, and then what happened after that?
So what happened was I was starting my college, and then like I started as I signed up like as a graphic design student, and then something happened. Then I had to take like a break for the college before I started because I got into an accident. So I had this time, so I had to like wait 2 more months because I missed the time for the
Gotcha.
semester. So I had like 2 more months, and while I was there, like I was kind of like on a bed rest. So I was just doing that, and in the meantime, I started looking into like more like what majors do they have. So I found out the visual effects and motion graphics, and I was like, wait, what is that? Like visual effects. So I did my research and everything, and then so I started off. Then I was like, okay, let me try this. I think that sounds more interesting because it has all the 3D classes and everything. So then I started off as the visual effects and motion graphics at Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. And as soon, like, more I got into it, at first we started using Maya, and I did not like Maya.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Heard
think
that story before. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
I've
like,
said that story before.
Yeah, right?
so at that time I thought like, oh, I think the 3D design is not for me. Because they started off with Maya and 3ds Max, and I was just like, I don't know. But then I got the Cinema 4D classes, and I was just like, wow, like I think this is the software for me. So I started getting like more comfortable in it, and then while I started taking my like when I got into the Cinema 4D classes, the school shut down. So, so like when I started enjoying
Come
what I
on, I'm just starting to
do,
like this.
I know.
yeah. Yeah, and then before that, with the VFX major, we had a lot of like cinematography classes. We had a lot of like photography classes, and I was already enjoying those. I already had Premiere classes, that editing and linear editing and linear editing. I was doing all that, so I was already enjoying that. Like I liked what I was doing, like in the cinematography classes, because I always liked doing photography. So I was just like, okay, I'm enjoying this. Then I got into Cinema 4D classes. I was like, okay, I like this even better because we were doing all the tracking and everything, and I can do cool stuff in Cinema 4D by like tracking. So and so I was like, okay, I like it. And then the school shut down. So I was just like, okay. So then I started at Lynn University, and then there was my favorite professor, which like I always bring him up. His name is Earl Leslie. Like he was my favorite professor. So I got into his class. He's like all about like sound effects and everything too. In motion graphics, I feel like that's very important. So when I got into his class, I started liking like Cinema 4D even more. I started enjoying a lot. I started doing more like products. I started doing like the headphones and a lot of couple stuff that was in his class, and I liked playing with all those mographs in the Cinema 4D, like all those effects. I was just like, okay, this is like, I think this is what I like. And from there on, I started doing more of like VFX stuff in it too. Started taking, I still had Maya classes, but I was enjoying definitely Cinema 4D more. And then while I was doing that, I heard that there's like like a tour going on in Miami, and that has something to do with, yeah, that's the graph.
The headphones there,
That's
yeah.
the headphones I did in one of my classes, and that's in my professor's class. I
I'll
actually
be
won
right
the
back, guys. Sorry.
okay.
Okay. All right.
I actually, for that one, there's like Addies Awards here that happens in Florida and up in North too. So I won like a district Addie Award on that one too for the students, and I think like that was one of my best pieces when I was coming out of the college. But yeah, so from there, like and then I got to know that there was like a tour that was going on in Miami, and that's where I met Matthias. And when I met Matthias,
Yeah.
I got to know that, oh, there's like a whole industry of like motion graphics, and there are people. Then I start to get to know like everyone, like EJ. I started watching a couple of tutorials of EJ, and of course then like I got to know Matthias even more better. Then Matthias asked me to come to San Diego. There was this one of the conference there, so I attended that, and then there I met Andrew Kramer and a lot of couple more artists, and that's when I was like, okay, this I like this. Like I'm gonna keep continuing doing this, and it was just all about After Effects and Cinema 4D. By then, I knew that this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. I just enjoyed doing that because I love playing with music and creating like graphics. You know?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how you met Matthias.
Yeah.
But that's what's so great is that when you discover this community, it's like, oh, this is cool. I didn't know all these people were here, and there are not necessarily communities around some of these other software packages. You know, I feel like Cinema 4D is just like that's where that real feeling of community is, not just like people that you've met in a forum or on a Discord or something. It's like real people in real life. We have meetups. We, become friends and
exactly
and all of that, right? So
there's like this whole community. Like you just like they're your people. You understand each other. Like and it's just like I that's so much fun to like get to know other people and work with them as well. It's just I loved it. I was like, this is great. Like Maxon is doing great with all that.
What was the San Diego function? What was that?
It was like a what is it called?
Trying to remember what that was. Was it
Idea conference? Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
It was about, there was like a lot of sports like companies were there too, and everybody was just like, it was like a whole conference. So Matthias asked me to come, and he wanted to like represent me, so I was representing like some of my work that I did at that time, like some of the sports graphics that I made. And then there was like at that time I modeled a car, so I was representing some of my work, and then was just meeting people, just networking. So he asked me to come for like networking, and then he asked me to help him out with the whole conference thing. So I was helping him out with everything over there. And there was like, again, Andrew Kramer was there, and a couple more. Yeah, that right there. Idea conference.
So you worked so this is the before times. This is this is back in the day when we can actually hang out at the booths.
I know.
God, I miss that.
I miss that so much. I was just telling Matthias, like, when are we gonna go back to like road again? When are you guys gonna do the tours again? Because I miss that.
Yeah. Now, hopefully NAB. We're looking at that. There's you and Andrew Kramer there.
Yes.
And then I saw this one too. You're with David Ariev.
Yes, the Octane Jesus.
The Octane Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I met him, I was like, I'm meeting the Octane Jesus.
and Kramer, it's like the first time you meet Andrew Kramer in real life, it's like it's a big deal.
He's just as nice in real life as he is on those tutorials.
Just as dreamy.
Just as dreamy. Oh man, those eyes, I can stare at them all day.
I know. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. And then he was, at that time, I think he was he came out with a tutorial about the Venom. Like he came out with the plugin for the whole Venom tutorial and everything too. And that's when they released it at the IDEA conference, and I was just like, I can't believe I'm seeing Andrew Kramer in front of me. I was starstruck at that time.
I was at a conference in London that he was speaking at MDC, and I overheard somebody like literally was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna wash my hands again." He shook my hand like he's that level when he walks in the room. That's great.
Yeah. I was mentioning before, when Andrew Kramer and everyone was in my car, I was just like, I'm never washing my car again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was before you were on air. Tell the story about the car.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was when there was a whole event again, the 3D motion show in Miami, when Andrew Kramer, Blake, Matthias, and David, they all came down for the show in Miami. So that's where like I met Blake for the first time too. She's super sweet. I love her. I love her work. She's like my inspiration with everything. Colors, everything, like anything I want to get more inspired, I just go to her account, and I'm
favorite artist. So amazing. Yeah.
So dreamy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just you go to her.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for a week ago.
Last week. Yeah.
Dreamscapes.
Literally.
Took me a whole week to figure that out.
At least you know it now.
Yeah.
Right?
But every time I would go to her Instagram, it's just like it just give me like more inspirations to like to do even like to do even better, to do even like Shams and Blake. I think they both are great artists. Like I just love their work, every single thing. So yeah, that's when I met Blake for the first time too. And then yeah, so they were there for like the whole weekend, I think, for 2 days or 3 days. Andrew and Matthias and EJ and everyone, Paul. So we were going to Winwood and they were and Matthias was like, okay, we're just gonna like, can you like drop us to the hotel or stuff? And I was just like, okay. And then Matthias came and then I'm like, Andrew is gonna come in my car too. EJ is gonna come in my car too. Okay, a lot of pressure driving in Miami.
Yeah, don't wreck.
Yeah, and I made the joke. You could take out like half the motion design industry right there.
Exactly. And I was just like, oh my God, that's a lot of pressure on me. I have like great artists in my car. And I even have this like selfie video that I made like just to show like, hey,
you're driving. Hey guys, check out what I'm doing.
Hope I don't crash.
Yeah, no. We were at the traffic light. I made sure I was driving like very attentive. Well, we were at the highway too. And yeah, so when they got out of my car, I was just like, I'm never cleaning my seats again.
I have that same type of selfie video. The first time, like, really hung out with Kramer and a whole bunch of other people. It was at Half Res, and we all went to Chris Schmidt's house afterwards, and we were all well. I wasn't, but everyone else was drinking whiskey out of like those big
cereal
Friends
bowls.
like cereal bowls.
That's all we had.
And so, like, I'm just looking around, and like we're all playing Cards Against Humanity with Brodeur and EJ and Andrew Kramer and Paul, and oh man, it was a crazy experience.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But after that, when I recently changed my car like last year. When I was changing, I was talking to my dad and my sister.
Oh.
I'm gonna take a picture, like where they all. But to be honest, like I mean, of course I cleaned it, but like I really didn't clean it for like at least straight 2-3 months. Like my back seats, I was just like they were there, they were there. But yeah, it was crazy.
What do you do to like stay connected with some of these people? During COVID when we can't all necessarily meet up, or our meetups are like once or twice a year.
Yeah, but I just feel like in our industry, again, networking is like so important.
Yeah.
Even if you're like not meeting them, but you just want to stay connected to them, even via Instagram, like, just like their work, comment on them and share them. Like you just got to stay connected. You just got to here and there like message them or watch the tutorials, or when they're like live, you just got to chat or something. But with Matthias, like we have this like I stay connected with Matthias like pretty much all the time. We have like these weekly calls, we like talk and we discuss everything. We're coming up with some cool stuff that we're working on right now. So like I at least stay connected with Matthias, and I think just like really important because networking is super important in this industry. And again, I'm so glad. When I met Matthias in Miami for the first time, I'm so glad I even went to that to that event, because that's when I got to know him. And if you're just sitting at home, you're just like doing work at home, like while you're being in college, and you're not doing any networking, it's not going to take you anywhere, even though like your work is pretty good and you're not posting your work on Instagram, you're not posting your work on different social media platforms. No one's going to recognize you. Like no one's going to know what you're doing. So it's really,
to jump off of that, sorry. When I lived in Portland for about a year, and I was working in the industry here in Dallas, and then I moved to Portland, and this was during a time in which, online reels weren't a big thing. They were just starting. If you wanted to get your reel out there or whatever, you had to send or go and give a VHS tape or something, of your reel. And so what I didn't realize, I always wondered, because I ended up working at Domino's for the entire year that I was living in Portland, while trying to find a job, not actively, but still wanted to find a job. The thing that I didn't realize is that if I had just gone out and tried to find some of these meetups and stuff like that, or even called someone, I was very hesitant because I thought people would judge me because I'm green, or I don't really know. But what what younger people need to realize, or people who are just now getting into the industry need to realize, is that we're all very friendly people. You know, we are very willing to help, and we are always looking for new blood, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, I wish I had had that advice back when I was, you know, trying to get into the industry at that point in my life, because I may not have even ever come back to Dallas had that been the case, you know? So,
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's, I basically tell to everyone, like, you just gotta network, because we, like, back at that time, like, I know artists didn't have like a lot of like platforms where they can showcase their work, but now we have like TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Vimeo. Like, just post your work, you know, just post your work, like, get more active on social media. And like, if there's like any kind of event happening, even though like the Matthias event, which was in Miami, it was like an hour. I went from my college to Miami, which was like almost an hour and 45 minutes drive. But I just was like, I'm gonna do it, you know, like I want to meet people. And I'm so glad for that day, even though, like, I remember when I came back home, my parents were mad at me for driving that far. They're just like, what? And especially in Miami, because the drive there is just crazy at rush hour time. And the event was starting at 6 p.m. And it was just like crazy driving at that time. Like, crazy accidents happen here. So I was there till like really late in the whole event, because I knew by the end of the event, you just don't go to those events, you watch and you leave. No, you got to network with people. You got to talk. You got to stand there. You got to make that, like, you know, networking. You just got to know the other person and introduce yourself too. And that's what I did. When the whole event ended, I stayed there. I started talking to Matthias. I started talking to other artists that were there. I met a lot of cool people, and then we changed our like Instagrams, our websites and stuff. And then that's when, like, you know, me and Matthias met and we clicked. And then he definitely like reached out to me later on, telling me like, hey, he would love to like have me on in San Diego. And like, so these networking, like we added each other right away, like followed each other on Instagram and just stayed connected, you know? So I feel like that's so important for students right now too, that you just gotta go out of your way to like network with people, because if you don't do that, you're just gonna be sitting there. Like, that's it.
And stay the whole time. Stay the whole time. Don't kind of like show up and like, and just kind of duck out. Like, stay until it's over. Stay until the last people are just.
Exactly.
And there's a huge difference between, so I'm not sure if you ever got to this point, but they do a portfolio show at the end of the year at the Art Institute, right?
Every time.
So every time, and like you'd have industry professionals or something come in and you'd show off your work and stuff, but that's not the same. That's not the same as going to one of these meetups where you're there with other artists and stuff like that, not necessarily the people who are doing the hiring or whatever. You know, it's such a different thing. And like, to jump off of what you were saying, our situation was very similar. You know, we had met Matthias and we had met Paul before, you know, at NAB one year, and they were really nice people. And so we were friends with Ariev, right? You know, we were friends with him outside of, you know, all this stuff, because he listened to the show and we all became really good friends. Well, he told us that he was presenting in Washington, D.C., you know, and I told my wife, I said, this is what I want for my birthday. I want to go to Washington, D.C., you know, I want to go to this meetup, and I want to convince Matthias to have us present at NAB. And sure enough, that's what ended up happening. And since then, like, you know, like me, Dave, Matthias, our relationship has just blossomed, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what you got to do. And again, going back to how you said about the portfolio reviews, that's just like you're done 4 years of college. And that's only one day you're showing off your work. And the thing is, only local companies are coming there to hire. They don't like your work. Okay, that's it. And after that, once you're done with college, this happens with a lot of people. And I know that once they're done with college, they don't have that, like, they're just looking for jobs so badly. Like, they end up being not even in the art industry. Like, they just even go work for anywhere they get the first job. And then they forget about doing anything like art based. They're not going to go back, touch that software again. you know. But while you're in the college, and I again, like, because I know a lot of people reach out to me on Instagram, ask me like, what do I do while in college? Like, you just gotta, like, we have such good opportunity right now that we have Maxon training, we have like all these trainings available on YouTube. Like, you just
Yeah.
gotta make your portfolio
Mhm.
like stand out so much, and you just use, I know that it's hard for students to use plugins, because they're like, kind of gets a little
Yeah.
expensive because we just
Yeah.
get
Pretty
only,
expensive, yeah.
yeah, like we only get like the base. But do the most you can from like watching those tutorials. You can just like keep putting like the cream on top of your pieces, you know. Like, just make the best you can, follow like tutorials. I know like there's a lot of students who just they just take their assignments as assignments, and they don't take their assignments as like their portfolio pieces. Come out with the best you can. So again, like, just keep watching like bunch of tutorials on YouTube, and make your work like the best you can, and don't wait until the portfolio review to show off your work. But go to meetups, go like a lot of people, like, just network and show your work more, and try to get better like every single day. Like, once you're done, once you're graduating, you know enough people, because you can get a really good job through networking. Like, hey, we met you there or something, like, you know, they'll remember your name or something. So you just got to do that for sure while you're in college. Don't wait till the end of the day to be like,
Yeah.
to be hired.
See, I made the
Nice.
mistake. I partied too hard in college. You know, like, I was also in a band at the time, and we were playing shows 2-3 times a week and stuff like that. It's like I didn't focus on my art at all. I mean, I focused on a different type of art. You know,
Right.
just the
But
wrong kind.
You don't have to be good. That's the thing. To go to a meetup, you don't have to be good. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like, nobody
Yeah.
cares. You're real. Like, you might feel bad. Like, I'm green and I can't compete with these. Nobody cares.
Nobody
Yep.
Like,
cares.
nobody cares. Just show up and meet people. Like, you don't have to have like the most beautiful reel in the world to make a friend. That has nothing
Exactly.
to do with it. And you're gonna learn by osmosis through these
Yeah.
people. That's the whole
Yeah.
point. And like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're noob, and you make some sort of connection, maybe there's somebody that needs somebody that's introductory level or junior
Exactly.
artist, or and I think that the biggest hurdle is going to the very first meetup, because literally, like, if you structure it in such a way to where you're going to meetups with some of the same people every time, it's only going to take the one time to make those friends, because the next
Friends.
time you come, everyone's like, oh, hey, what's up, I'm glad you came this
Yeah.
time. And like, after that, now you're the one greeting new people coming in,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
it's just that one hurdle. Just get out there. And I know it's hard to do because there's not a lot of meetups right now, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
your
But
best.
again, take advantage of social media platform, you know, like, just like DM them, just do a collaboration with them, because you would learn from them. There would be some things that they will teach you. There's some things like you can teach them, like here and there. Just collaborate, work too, so that you can learn from each other as well.
Yeah.
And again, going back to college, when I was in college, I was working like part-time for my college as well, for Lynn University. And while I was there, I was doing like, we had this intro videos that for the new admission people we would make. So I was doing like a cinematography work at that time as well. And while I was there, because I was so comfortable with Cinema 4D, I started making these Giphies for my college on Instagram. Like, so if you would search like on Instagram, like on
Oh,
the
the
Giphy
stickers
thing,
and stuff.
yeah, the stickers, if you would search like my college, like all those Giphies are gonna come. And then I was just so proud of it at that time. I'm just like, here, like, look, I made these, and my work is like, there's like thousands of like all the students that were using those Giphies, and I was just like, I'm so proud of myself for doing that. Just little things, you know, that will like motivate you to even do like even better, because when you'll see your work, people are using it. There's been like thousands of times like people have used that. So it's just like something little things you gotta keep connected. Like, you just gotta keep doing. And me as a person, like, while I was in college, I was weird. I would go to the class, I would go back home. I would go back to my computer, like, watch tutorials and just try to make my like pieces even better. Yeah, it was different.
You know, I think it's kind of up to us to keep the tradition going too, because like Pedro says here in the chat, juniors have been negatively affected by the pandemic for sure. And the thing is, they just started. They literally, these not kids. I'm not going to say kids. These kids these days, but the younger people get out of college, and now this is the point where you would be doing these meetups, and they're not really around. And so one of our biggest things we talk about with the whole community is keeping that feeling going, because with the pandemic and not being able to do these meetups, we're not able to spread that love and spread. We're not even like, there's people who don't know that like this community is here, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the big thing, especially because when the pandemic started, there's a lot of bored people out there who said, Blender's free, I'm going to check this thing out, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't go to school. Maybe they're like, oh, this is pretty cool. So we're trying to get Blender people into this as well. Like, for example, Ducky 3D that we've been chatting with recently. You just popped on our Discord this morning. You know, we're all hanging out and stuff. That's the first step, because, like, without being able to do the in-person meetups, you can go to something like our Discord and hang out. And then when there is a meetup, then we all get to meet in real life, and it's great. But we want to bring that feeling to the new up-and-comers that, you know, maybe they're not in Cinema 4D, maybe they're in a different piece of software. And they just don't know. They're brand new. They're like they have no idea how many supportive people are out there in the community. So it's really good to spread the word about that kind of thing and invite people in. Because those people are at a disadvantage because they just finished. They're sitting in their office or room or somewhere by themselves, and they're like, "Where is everybody? Like, I need some friends here."
And then, hey, events like Camp Mograph are going to be happening too, you know?
Yeah.
So take advantage of that as well.
There's a question about the Discord as well.
Shoot me an email. I'll send you a link. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
If you want to join the Discord, just email info@mograph.com and I'll send you a link.
So we have a Slack and a Discord. The Slack is not gone. The Slack is actually where most of the people are.
Yeah, the Slack is the most active one. Yeah.
If you're into like the different sections, like the hardware channel and all these different channels and all that, there's, I don't know, 1,500 people in there. And that's where all the discussion is happening. The Discord is brand new. By all means, join us. But what we mostly do in the Discord right now is hang out in the video chat all day and just meet people and have
There's
fun.
not a lot of people in the channels and stuff like that, but, we all hang out in the video chat. Yeah,
it's a soft launch of the Discord. We didn't really, put it out there.
It all depends on how people want to use it.
Yeah.
See, that's Meetup too. So
It is.
people got to take advantage of that,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Just
been interesting.
new people. Yeah.
Like Winbush, for example. Winbush, we only had met online and so many chats and hangouts and game night and Discord and streams and all of that.
The first time we met in
real life.
person was Camp Mograph last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It feels like it makes it all that much better when you finally get to meet those people in real life. So
Yeah, for sure.
So your job that you're at right now, was this your first job out of college, or did you have some other jobs in between?
No. While I was still in college, I was again working part-time for my college as well, but that was just like student working, but again, that was kind of like a real job as well. But before I even graduated, I graduated in May 2021, which is last year. So before I even graduate, I was just like I want to do more interview practices. So just randomly, I had my everything completed already, by in December. So in January 2021, I just started applying for jobs. I was just like, even though if I don't get it, it's fine. I'm just gonna have practice for my interviews. That's just also a practice. I'll start to get to know more people and see who are hiring and everything. And then I applied to a couple of places in January, February, and then I started getting interview calls, and the first one I got, and then the second one I got, and then I got the job right away in February. And I was just like, it's my last semester. Should I take it or no? Because I was doing again all my portfolio pieces and everything, but every piece basically that I created in the whole my year, I had this intention not to wait to create my last best pieces, but every class that I was taking, I wanted to create a piece that I can actually put it in my portfolio. So I already had my demo reel ready, so that's what I was sending. And while I started applying for jobs, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take it. I started talking to my professors, to my dean, and they were so proud of me. They were like, we'll cooperate with you, we'll take your classes, you can take it online. or you can come to classes. Like my professors were super nice. They said like we'll put you online, like you can talk to us while you're at work too. And then my job was pretty good too. They said like, okay, you can take break or something while you have class. So while I was working, I was taking my class as well, and I had to go on site to work. So I was working for this telecommunication company. So I was doing like all the advertisements for them, for like their YouTube, for Roku, and all that other stuff, like for their Instagram, for their Facebooks. I was like, it's a government-based company. So I was working for them, and while I was in college, and it was my last semester, so it was like a lot of burden on me to have like 6 classes while I'm in last semester, and I'm working,
Wow.
and yeah,
That's a
and I'm
lot.
work, yeah, while I'm taking 6 classes, because I knew that I can do it, and then I was working full time every day from 9 to 6 as well, so I would stay awake till like 3 in the morning, and I'm just like working hard, and I'm just like, I know I can do this, and then I have to wake up again at 7 in the morning, go to job. So there was a lot going on, but I was like, you know what, this time is gonna pay off. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna pay off. Like I need this experience. Even when I graduate, I can say like, hey, I worked for like, while I was in college too, I was working full time, and I just kind of took it as like, hey, I'm being blessed with like getting a full time job, and it's a good job, so I'm not gonna like say no for no reason. So I took it, and I was working at the same time too, taking classes, and I think it paid off. Then yeah, then I got a better job and everything too.
How do you
Yes.
feel like there are some people that are like, oh, I don't know if I should go to school. Should I learn online? Should I take classes? Should I do tutorials? Like, do you feel like you would tell your past self, yeah, go ahead and go to school? Do you still
I
feel
would
like it was worth it?
I would definitely go to school. Yeah.
Cool.
I know that there are people there that they're very like self-taught and they're doing great, and I'm like super proud of them for doing that as well. But I just took school as like networking as well, because I was
Right.
meeting like great professors. I was getting along with like the new great artists, like students that I'm working with. Like take it as like, you're people like great artists around you, so you take advantage of that as well. And I like what I was doing basically at school was also, I was kind of like self-taught too. Like I was doing work with one professor. He was my favorite professor, so I would reach out to him all the time if I have any questions. But again, I was watching tutorials and learning online. But again, I was like, it was pushing me more to do even better. Like I wanted to stand out every single time in every class. Like I was just like, I want to like, my piece has to be the best one. So it just like, it motivated me to like even do like better. And I know that like the bachelor's degree, like that is just a paper, but I would still go to the school. Like I
Yeah.
think I wouldn't go for master's for it, but I would go for master's if I'm like teaching somewhere, or like it's required for something. But again, after bachelor's, I would do like again self-learning, because there's so much that you can do by yourself after bachelor's. I wouldn't go for master's, but again for bachelor's, I would definitely tell people to even go for it. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. It was good that I even went to Lynn University, and Fort Lauderdale Art Institute. Fort Lauderdale shut down on me.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, I mean, there's plenty of self-motivated people who can go online and figure all that stuff out. But
Yeah.
but some people don't know how to do that themselves, or some people need that structure in order to do certain things. And of course, you don't get the networking or any of that. Some people don't. Some people don't know, oh, I also have to learn like design concepts, or vice versa, right? Like maybe they learn design.
One thing
and
the
not
Art
tech.
Institute won't teach you
Right.
very well,
It's like, here's
it's
the
like
buttons you
that's
need
the
to
thing
push.
with the Art Institute. It's like, yeah, it was very hands-on. Like I went for the video production department, and so like we were handling cameras the first trimester and stuff like that, and it was great. It was super hands-on. Meanwhile, I had friends who were going to UNT and in the video and film department, and hadn't even touched cameras until
Shoot.
until
Let me-
I had already gotten out. But
Did
it's like.
Did I tell you about SMU? My when I worked back at a. This is.
I don't think so.
What year is this? 99, 2000.
No.
When SMU was across the street from the place that I worked, the film students came in to have me edit their piece.
Oh, that's funny.
Like literally, their rich parents were paying for their college to learn how to be a producer,
Uh-huh.
but not how to do anything else.
Right.
Like they're in film school, but they're not teaching them how to use a camera. They're just teaching them how to be producers. So they're teaching them how to have someone else shoot it and give it to me so that I can edit it. Like that's not film school.
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
No.
But
And-
I mean, in the reverse of that, you know, like the Art Institute teaches you how to use all that equipment for the most part, but they don't teach you any of the like
The theory.
the
theory?
theory. Yes. Yeah. And the teachers that they bring in are just awful.
Oh man.
Awful. Oh my gosh, my film teacher was the same teacher as the beginning, you know, intro to video teacher, and the same as the lighting teacher is the same guy, and he was awful in all of them. Didn't know my name, you know. I knew more about the industry than he did, you know.
It's the
and
same
like,
energy as when you're in high school and the volleyball teacher is teaching you history. Right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, but it's like he was like, oh, C stands are called C stands because they're shaped like a C.
See.
Like, okay.
Is that?
Yeah. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case, is it?
I don't know about
Yeah.
that. I never heard
No.
that before.
So yeah.
I know what a
hadn't
C-47
either.
is.
Right. I know what a C-47 is.
Yeah, you gotta write that off.
We used to.
Yeah, you know
We-
that's the
we-
reason, right? At least
What?
that's the rumor that they're C-47s.
What?
Why a clothespin is called a
Right.
C-47
Well, it's called a bullet. You know, they call it a bullet.
or a C? Well, I've heard it called the C-47 because
Right.
that's the only way you can write it off on taxes.
Oh, that's
That was the
funny.
original, like the way that came about was that
Huh.
somebody,
That's funny.
the accountant was like, you can't write off clothespins, and he's like, well, that's a C-47.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is,
Oh.
but
That's funny.
yeah.
Renzo in the chat, I love this. What Art Institute does best is teach you how to teach yourself. That is 100% true.
For sure.
1000% true. Because you also found the people who survived really well there, you know, or who did really well were the self-motivated ones, you know?
That applies
the
to
ones
Full
who were-
Sail
Yeah.
as well.
You know you're on your own.
Yeah, 100% on your own, you know, and it's
Literally.
like even in group, you know, projects, you're on your own.
You're
so,
on your
I don't, yeah. So,
Yeah.
But
that's
again,
yeah.
Yeah, but again, like going back to the question, like if I would tell anyone go back to the college, it's just like, you know, when you're self-learning, like yeah, you do learn a lot of stuff, but then there's things like if you go to if you go to a good college, you would learn like, you know, as being as a motion graphic artist, you're doing a lot of stuff, like you're doing camera movements and everything too. So you do need to know like what those camera movements are as well, like, you know, the dolly or something. Like you need to know all those terms too, and you're basically a graphic designer too, so you need to know your typography terms. You need to know like what are the basic drawing, like what are the basis, you know. Even if you're doing like animation, you're also an animator being a motion graphic artist as well, so you need to know like all those rules. Like you need to know your background and what you're doing. So I feel like if you have good professors, or like if you're even learning like self-learning, you need to know all those rules, and it gives you a little background of what you need to learn as well.
totally
It's
agree.
just, yeah. So being as a motion graphic designer, you need to know your physics, you need to know your numbers, you need to know your camera movements, animation, and color theories. Like you need to know a lot of things, you know. So
Yep.
Yeah,
you're not just like one person. You have to do a lot of jobs.
Thomas in the chat was like, he said he dodged Art Institute and then went to Full Sail and eye roll. But you know, here's the thing. I know a lot of great people that came out of Full Sail, even
Full
though
Sail.
Full Sail was kind of especially in Nashville, when I was in Nashville, people were like Full Sail, you know. But it's all the people I know that went to Full Sail that are really good. It's because they were self-motivated. It's kind of like I feel like those have the kind of the same vibe, but it's like Full Sail, more like Half Sail. Am I right?
Full Sail was actually my second choice when the Art Institute shut down. I was just like, should I go to Full Sail or should I go to Lynn University? But the thing was, Full Sail, like, of course, was in Orlando here. So it was like a 3-hour drive for me. So I chose to do Lynn
Heck of a
University. which
commute
is
every
local.
morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you working on any independent things? Are you working on like maybe like a short or?
Mm-hmm.
There's like a freelancing stuff that I would do here and there. So I would do like stuff for like clients, but there's a lot of I'm in the process of like learning Redshift as well right now.
Mhm.
So I was just watching the training that was there last week for the Maxon. So I'm like learning Redshift. So I'm creating like some cool stuff so that I can like learn more Redshift because I haven't got into the Redshift yet. I was learning Octane before, but then I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna switch to completely Redshift. So yeah, I'm working on some yeah
This
projects
episode's
that-
sponsored by Oh.
yeah. But yeah, so I'm working on some cool projects that just for like my practice and just to make myself even more better. So I'm just learning Redshift
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, you have to know them all. You know,
Yeah.
if you're, especially if you're going to be working with studios in particular, like where a studio's like, no, we are a Redshift studio. It's hard. I mean, even like Matt and I had like a call a couple weeks ago, and it's like,
Yep.
before we get into this, what engine?
What render engine do you
Let's
use?
start
yeah.
there because it's really going to
Yeah.
change the way we go about
Mm-hmm.
about working on it, because it's just the way that we have our hardware and everything structured. You know,
Yeah.
we use both. You know,
Yeah.
but it's like, which one are we going to do so we know how we're going to handle the project? It's
Exactly.
really good to know.
It really changes your whole project, and depending on what render engine you're using, like it changes the whole thing.
And
So-
sometimes, yeah, it's really project specific. Like Vernon and Jags were in our Discord the other day, and Jags was working on the very beginnings of a project, and he was like, I'm trying to decide which way I want to go. And the reason is I've got this type of material, and it's got this type of look, and it's got like a bump glass texture, you know. Before you really dig in and you start doing like these experiments, if there's something like very niche or specific you're going to do, it's like, okay, let's see which engine is going to work for this best before we go down that road and then realize, you know, 10 steps in, oh, I have to just completely go retexture everything. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. We've got a little segment here. We haven't done this in a while because
Yeah.
we've had a lot of like repeat guests who've done this before on recently. We have a segment called Mograph Recommends, where we ask you some of your favorite things to like figure out like where your influences come from. And so we're going to do that. And I have been thinking about redoing this segment. I haven't written it down yet, but kind of changing the questions up a little bit and making it more like bonus round, like, you know,
Okay.
something game showy. Not right now. We won't do it now.
Okay.
But I've been thinking about restructuring that, so we'll see where that goes. But for this week, we're going to ask you your favorites, and the first one is your favorite movie.
Oof, my favorite movie. I would say it's changing every 6 months.
It can be by the way, like an all-time favorite, or it could be a recent favorite. So
Okay. Again, all-time favorite, I would say Harry Potter series. It's just
Yeah.
like for that as well, I chose to do the VFX because I'm like a big fan of like watching behind the scenes of every single movie. I just want to know how it was done. I just want to know like and I love going back to like the projects of like even in the past how I did it or something, like, you know. So I love seeing the process. So even with the Harry Potter, it was just like I always go back to like every single one of them, just watch the behind the scenes and how I wonder how they created that. I wonder how they did this, like all the green screen and everything. Like I just want to know how they did it. So when I was going for the VFX major, that's why I was like, oh, because they used to mention everything in Harry Potter behind the scenes, like CGI and VFX. So I would say all-time favorite is Harry Potter, but recently the new Spider-Man movie. Wow.
yeah,
haven't seen it yet.
Haven't seen it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know the spoilers, but still.
All right, you're missing out.
I know. And
Watch it.
if you come to camp, you and Shams can totally geek out about Harry Potter.
yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I
I know.
said anytime I'm on TikTok and I see a good Harry Potter, because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Anytime I see a good one, I send it over to her. You know, we
Yeah.
send
Or
each
anything,
other.
anything Michael Jackson. Send
Yeah,
it away.
no, I don't send her that because it's
I
a sore
will.
subject.
I know.
Cam's also a big anime fan, right?
Yeah, we're well
All
aware
her
of that.
Yes.
The BL.
What's interesting about Harry Potter is it's really interesting if you watch all the movies like back to back. It's almost like a history of VFX because in the very beginning, like, you know, it's very obvious, you know, VFX and stuff, and it slowly starts to get better and better and better and better to where by the last movie you can't even tell. You know?
You can't even tell. Exactly. Recently, while I was learning ZBrush, I made the
James, does Sham like Harry Potter? No one knew.
Oh yeah.
so I did
HP
a
and BL.
yeah. Because at HBO, like I recently got the subscription for the HBO, and then I binge watched the whole series. I was just like, I have to watch it again. I have to watch it again. So in one of my classes, like even last year, I was learning ZBrush, so I made the Voldemort. We had to make a character. I had to make a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I modeled the Voldemort at ZBrush. It was fun. And then
That's
I did I did the texture at Substance Painter. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Quick on the draw. I got it.
So it was done in ZBrush, and then I did the all the textures in Substance, and I think it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that
to
looks
do
really
it.
good. That looks really good.
Look at that.
Yeah, we
know.
got to get our Substance on.
He almost looks like a pug.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to work on that. And I was like, they told me like any character, and I was just like, what can I do? What can I do? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I think I'm gonna go for Voldemort, of course.
Yeah, that's good.
But
Good choice.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Spider-Man movie, Matt, you have to watch it.
Well, that one and Jackass 4 are on my list.
Yes.
Like, I really want to see Jackass 4. I'm a sucker for those movies. And like, my wife always like, so the last one that I watched, I watched it on my phone, and we were laying in bed together. She was on her phone. I was watching it, and like it just makes me laugh. It makes me like giggle like a little girl, you know, watching these because it's just so funny. It's so stupid funny, right? And she thinks it's hilarious that I'm just laughing so hard. Anyway, I can't wait to see it. I'm very excited. Both Spider-Man and Jackass.
Yeah.
You know.
She's like, what are you watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Jackass, and it is kind of like, it is totally dumb humor, but man,
Oh, yeah.
I lose it. Didn't you and I go see?
I don't
Did
know.
you and I go see the last one?
I don't
I
think
saw
so.
it with somebody like in some
Yeah.
random city somewhere, but yeah, I can't remember. Any other movie related things we want to talk about, or are we going on to the next one?
Let's go on to the next.
We can go to the next one.
Okay, cool. The next one is music.
Ooh, music. Electronic music, for sure.
Nice. Like what? Like what? Let's talk.
Okay. My favorite like DJ is Illenium. I am just like, probably you guys don't know him, but he's just like my favorite. And the Chainsmokers. Probably you guys know them, the Chainsmokers.
Yeah.
But they're like my favorite. Like anytime it would be like electronic music every single day. Yeah. Even my fiance goes like, okay, I need to listen to some other kind of music.
Some Dead
But-
Mouse. You like some Dead
Yeah.
Mouse? Dead Mouse 5.
Yeah, but he loves it too. But yeah, even if you would see my work, I use a lot of like, you know, EDM music in my work because it just like gives me a lot of inspiration when I'm working on projects. It's just like I wanna, like with the beat, I wanna change the scene. Every beat drop, like the switch to next shot. It's just like it motivates me to create some more cool camera movements and just like flipping of the camera and the transitions and everything is just like with the music I want to create like some cool art.
When I'm trying to get a project done and I need motivational music, that's usually what I put on. It'll be
Really?
some Dead Mouse or some Skrillex or some
Exactly.
Zed or
Zed.
Madian, which is one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I
Zed is
don't know.
awesome.
It's motivating, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just uplifts you. Like you just want to like keep doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
What about TV shows? Do you? I mean, we were already kind of like on that kick. So Harry Potter. There's no Harry Potter TV show. What's up with that? Seems
Harry
like
Potter.
seems like there
well,
should be.
there's a quiz show.
Oh yeah.
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 Where
Oh,
did
did you
this
guys
come?
watch the last that just came out about the Harry Potter like for their what 20th? Was it 20th?
I haven't watched it
something?
yet. I haven't watched it yet.
What is
but
it?
yeah,
What is
it's basically a reunion from all the
Yeah.
people, all the Harry Potter characters.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw the clip
Yeah.
where what's his name dies inside a little when they're talking about
Yeah,
the kiss.
because she talks about like the
Yeah,
It's
it was
funny.
horrifying. You
Yeah.
just see him die inside.
I know, but it was so nice to see the reunion and man Hagrid. He was in it and he was in it too. And there's like so many characters like of course have passed away like Snape and everyone, but it was so weird to see like we could tell like even with the Voldemort like you can tell like that's Voldemort just by voice because he looks completely different.
Yeah.
And then even with Hagrid he just like looks completely different like
Yeah.
completely
He's a
different.
lot shorter.
Yeah. A lot shorter and no hair, like no beard, nothing. It's just like it's weird to see that. But again, you can tell, oh yeah, it's Hagrid just by the voice. But we just watched it, like I just watched it a few weeks ago with my sister and it was just so nice to like watch it again. And they actually showed the Hogwarts and like all those candles and everything, they were actually there. None of that was just like VFX or CGI, like and nothing. It was so nice to see that. I loved it. I would watch it again.
Fried Pickles is saying Dumbledore's getting a TV show soon. Yeah, we like to say the fried pickles instead of pixels.
Yeah,
No, it's a movie. It's a movie.
it's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Fantastic Beasts series.
Yeah,
So I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the
same.
Crimes of Grindelwald. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good, but
I think it was alright.
I'd like to reiterate that the second season of Euphoria is so good. Like unbelievably good. Like really good. Like really, really good. It's just everything about it. The story, the way it's shot, the editing, everything just I am blown away. Like the second season is completely different, I feel like, from the first season, but wow. Really good.
I'm on the 5th episode of the first season, and it's just scary to watch. Like, is that really what high schools are all about now?
Oh, right. I know.
It's just,
Well,
you're like the generation now is just like, I mean, I'm like I just graduated too, but like still, it's just scary to like even think like what your kids are gonna be going through in the high
I
school.
know. I thought
It's
about
just
that, and
scary.
I'm like, I got to take it with a grain of salt because when I was in high school and I watched movies about high school, I'm like, high school isn't like that, So it's a bit, I don't
Yeah,
know, it's hard to say, but
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it's just so good. And the characters, the whole, oh my gosh, it's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, talking about this series, I don't know if you guys watched The Boys, which was the Amazon Prime show.
I watched
I
like
think
the
did.
first like maybe the first half of the first episode. I've heard good things. Anytime I'm watching TV, it's got to be me and my wife into it at the same time, Otherwise, it just doesn't happen.
Isn't that like the
So-
really violent, like super violent
Yeah.
one, gory?
Yeah,
The older I get, the less into gore I am. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is. You have kids, and then you start thinking about death, and then you just,
yeah.
I don't know,
There's-
it's weird.
Yeah, that's
It's-
why I couldn't watch the new Perry Mason. Like within the first scene, there's like a dead child, and I'm like, all right, I'm out. Won't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, with that show, the storyline, the characters itself was pretty good, but I feel like the first season was the VFX and everything was so bad, and the direction of the whole, it was just so bad. But then with the second season, I think it got so much better. They changed like I think their whole team for like the VFX, and they changed the director or something. It got like the cinematography even got so much better. Like you can tell like it changed, like somebody changed. But the first season, the character itself was just like, the story and everything was so good, but I don't know. And they had good cast and everything too, but like the VFX sucked in the first season. It was so bad.
I'm waiting for a lot of shows to come back because of COVID, and some of them are finally coming around. There's, like the Orville's coming back, Matt.
Yeah.
Orville,
Dave's gonna get drunk and talk about how great the Orville
Right.
is again.
right?
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. Also talking about favorite movies, the Red Notice that came out on Netflix, I think that was a great
I know
movie.
that one.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
No.
I don't
Is
know
that the
that
one
one.
with The Rock?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
was
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It is called Red
Oh.
Notice, right? Or something?
I
Red
don't-
something.
Yes. Okay,
Read
Julie.
something. I don't know.
Julie
Yeah.
just sent me two that I need to remind y'all about. Number one, Murderville is hilarious.
Oh, I've heard. I want to check it out. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the whole premise is that, like, the celebrity that's on the show does not have a script.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
trying to figure out what it is about and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. So it's like murder mystery, and then Conan O'Brien
Mhm.
shows up as a detective, but he has no idea what he's doing.
Right.
Mhm.
So, and then the other one that we started and we watched like 3 episodes of last night that's really good is the Pam and Tommy show.
Really?
That is on Hulu. Oh my gosh, it's great. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's great. It has so many stars in it. It is
Mhm.
really good. So,
All right.
so yeah. So check that out.
Talking about
yeah.
the murder mystery, there's this new show that came out on Netflix, I think last week. It has a really big name. Probably you guys have saw it too. It was something like The Woman in the House Across the Street.
Oh,
or
yes.
something. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Across
Yeah.
the street from the girl in the window. I even wrote it down because I was
With
I wanted to mention it.
oh, what's the woman from? You know, the woman from
Oh,
that one show.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Frozen. What's her name?
Yeah, from Frozen and
Yeah.
the Good Place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that woman,
Yeah.
That woman.
Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
There you go.
It, have you guys watched it, or are you guys gonna
I
watch
haven't,
it?
no.
I have
Okay.
seen parts of it.
Maybe.
I'm not gonna spoil
I'm
anything.
a
for
big
it.
Kristen Bell fan. Gotta
Yeah.
say that. You know.
Yeah.
Then I guess you're gonna watch it. So I'm not gonna say anything, but
Yeah.
it was
Is
good.
it good?
It's got a
Should
little
I
bit
watch
of
it?
it's a little cornball, but on purpose. I think.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was enjoying it all the way till the end. I was like, huh? What?
Yeah. Okay, now what about podcasts? Do you listen to podcasts?
I listen to podcasts, but very different. I'm really into scary stuff.
Oh, you like
yeah.
that creepy pasta?
Yeah. I even watched like the Scary Stories podcast, like true life that happened before, like and then also like the murder mysteries one. But yeah, there's not any specific ones. I just kind of like here and there play any of them while I'm like going to bed or something. I just like to listen to scary events that happen in people's life. It's just like I want to know what happened and how they dealt with it or something. I just kind of like to listen to those. There's another show that came out on Hulu. It was about the murder mystery as well, and they had like the podcast in the show. It was Selena Gomez was in that show. The show
Oh,
itself,
yeah.
yeah. What was it? Murder in the Building or something like that.
Yeah, that is a very interesting like combination, right? Because
Yeah.
it's Steve
Yeah.
Steve Martin?
Steve Martin, Martin Short, and
Yeah.
Selena Gomez.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
you're like, what?
What? But
Random.
Like
it's
men in
interesting.
their 70s and
Yeah,
a woman in her 20s.
right.
Yeah.
Or maybe. Yeah.
Two men in their 70s.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one girl in her 20s, but it was fun to watch that show. I think it was pretty cool, and then they were creating the whole podcast in the show. It was just like the characters itself, the guys who were like in 70s. I think they're like very fun characters in that show. So I liked
I
watching
love
that.
both Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Only
I think they're
murders in the
amazing.
building.
Only murders in the
Murder,
building.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was fun.
Thanks,
It was
James.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, to wrap the recommend segment up, got 4 more questions. Number 1, favorite plugin, not a render engine though.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I would say I enjoy a lot of Video Copilot plugins. I would say the optical flare, like I just play around with that all the time, and then the
Yeah.
Saber, and also the recently I was just watching one of the tutorial, and then I was watching the reflection plugin that they had. They included the displacement map in that, the Maxon, the VFX trap code reflection that they have. I know it's been there for a while, but they added the displacement. I was just like before even the show, like I was watching the tutorial on it, and I just found it like super interesting because every time I'm making a reflection, I would just kind of like scale it to the opposite side and play around with that. But I think with the whole VFX, and if you're working on a project that would need reflection, I think it was pretty cool to have that displacement map in it, and then you can adjust it accordingly to your composition. But I wouldn't say like any favorite, but again, the video code pilots and then the trap codes. Yeah.
And what about your go-to app? What is your muscle memory app on your phone?
Oh, Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
90% of the people say
Ninety.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's changing. I feel like people are starting to say, "Oh, TikTok," and I don't know.
I'm not a TikTok person at all.
No.
No.
Man, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about?
I like.
I feel like TikTok is not necessarily for the younger kids, or maybe it's just my algorithm. Maybe it's just the
It's
older
supposed to.
millennials.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it's social networking app for older millennials.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
feel
No,
like
I would say
kids are there.
Instagram for sure because I like watching reels on Instagram too.
Ah, those are just TikToks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I just don't like to go on TikTok. I don't know
It's
why.
just re-uploaded TikToks.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
Right. I just
Yeah.
re-upload our
That's
TikToks
funny.
to Instagram.
It's really funny.
What about do you play video games? And if so, what's your favorite game?
I wouldn't say I play a lot anymore. But I used to play a lot GTA. And yeah. All the
Yes.
time in the beginning. I remember like even while back I was in Pakistan, the Miami and GTA Vice City, like all the time. I grew up playing that, and then here the new one, the 5 GTA 5, like I've been playing that, but I wouldn't say like I do gaming a lot anymore. No.
Yeah.
My
Grand Theft
8-year-old
Auto, an accurate depiction of America.
Yeah.
My 8-year-old asked me the other day. He
Right
said, "Hey, have you ever played Grand Theft Auto?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Can I play Grand Theft Auto?" I said, "No." Like, why can't I play it? Is it inappropriate? It is very inappropriate for you. Yes.
Yeah. And every time like we would be playing when I'm a kid, like of course even the Need for Speed, I grew up playing a lot of Need for Speed because I was always into like making my own cars, like modifying them and then doing all this stuff with it. But every time you would start playing GTA Vice City, when your mom would walk in, you're of course in a situation where she's like, "What are you doing?" It's just a game.
Oh, nothing. Just
Nothing.
murdering this hooker.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and then I was watching a reel the other day on Instagram, and they were making fun of like the girl walking towards a guy on the car, like the way they walk. It's so funny. They're literally gonna walk like that. But yeah.
Any other video games besides GTA?
Not really. No.
All right. I've been playing the new Pokemon Arceus game lately. It's weird. So like I've seen so many people be like, "This is the most amazing game ever," and like me personally, I don't really get it. Because you're just running around catching Pokemon. It's so different than every other Pokemon game.
Yeah.
But my wife, so I got my wife on. She was never a gamer, right?
Really?
Until the pandemic happened, and then I bought her Animal Crossing, and she absolutely loved Animal Crossing.
Really?
Right? And then she started playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, because I could hop in and help her, as another character or whatever. And so she started liking that, and then I got her onto Pokemon Snap, and she loved Pokemon Snap. So she's playing all these Pokemon games. So last night she's playing the new Pokemon Arceus, and she looks over at me, she goes, "This is the best Pokemon game I've ever played." And I'm like, I don't get it. I still don't get it. Like, what's so special about it? Anyway.
But hey, at least she's still playing,
Yeah.
She's into it. That's all that matters now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
All
What
right,
else
we
you got, Dave?
got your last one here. This is life hack, and this can be something funny or it can be something real, whatever it is. The example we always give of this is Mitch Myers says, turn the toaster on its side for some bomb-ass grilled cheese.
Ooh.
Do you
Life
have anything that's that's a life hack that's either something funny or something you do? One of my life hacks is if you're getting gas, that's the good time to check your doors and cup holders and things and grab that trash and throw it away. Little things like
My
that.
wife mentions your life hack every time I get out to get her gas when we're all together. She's like, "Oh, you got to do you got to do Dave's life hack."
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
With the life hack, I don't have anything specific, but I would again say, like, and I say it every time to every single person, it's not really a life hack, it's just an advice, maybe. Everything that I do, I always see, like, positive in what I'm doing. I always want to take out the positive in everything, and I would say, like, there's always a chance to grow more. So just, like, look at the bright side of everything, and whatever it's, like, happening in your life, it's for a reason, and just, like not go with the flow, but go with the flow as well, but like always find like something positive in what you're doing in your life, and there's always a chance to grow more. So just keep doing what you're doing, just keep doing the best that you can do, because it's never too late for anything, That's just what I always say to everyone.
Yeah.
Stupid, but yeah.
No, it's good. It's good advice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Matt, are you
Yeah.
ready to get into the drop today? You ready for
I
this?
was a second ago, and now I don't.
You
Oh,
lost
there's my
your
notes. Let's
Aw.
do it.
All right.
Let's get
go
into
to
the drop.
All right.
The drop.
Is this the fucking mic? This is exactly what I should be doing.
What's up, and welcome to this week's episode of The Drop, your weekly source for all things NFT and crypto art, as well as upcoming drops by notable people in the Mograph industry. I'm Matt Milstead, joined as always is Dave Koss, and
Yo.
joining this week is Mahnoor Barry. Thank you for being here. I like that intro right there. That looks nice.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Let's get into the major drops of the week. It's a very colorful week this week, I will say.
all right.
It's like Nifty Gateway curated this based solely on like people's use of color, because you'll see what I'm talking about.
All right.
So,
all right. Cool.
well, minus today's drop. Today's drop is like absence
Black and white.
of color. Yeah, it's all black and white. Yeah. So today, the 7th, Cleon Peterson is doing a drop. Pretty cool stuff. If you'll scroll down, Dade, you can see some of the stuff, because they've actually got it up for right now.
How about that?
But, yeah, right.
Wow.
It's
That's
like
cool.
black and white illustrative stuff. It's pretty neat. But that's tonight's drop. And then tomorrow night, Okuda. And now I'm not sure. So I feel like Okuda, just from doing a quick peruse, is one of these artists that don't like showing their face or anything like that. But as you can see, their artwork is extremely colorful and stuff like that. If you scroll down the Instagram, you can see lots and lots of color. Really pretty stuff. They have done a drop before.
Polygonal kind of.
Yeah. They've done a drop before on Nifty Gateway, and their last drop was really pretty. So I dig this style. So that's tomorrow. On the 9th, Andrea Bonacito is doing a drop. Let me pull up this one. This one also very colorful, as you can tell.
Yeah, seriously.
I believe this is a collector's only drop. So you could probably pick up one of their pieces on Nifty. But man, I really dig the artwork. It's really pretty.
Is this like an exhibit listed on the Twitter?
Not sure.
Like where it was on display? That's pretty cool.
That's
That'd
pretty
be
cool.
fun.
Yeah. I have no idea.
I want to do like some sort of NFT exhibit like that, where we got big old LED
Right?
walls.
I know.
Oh, that would be killer. That would
Van
be
Gogh
super
does
killer.
that. There was like in Miami a few days ago, there was like an exhibition. I think it's still going on. Like it was a whole like exhibition for Van Gogh, and it's like you're in a room, but everywhere it's like you see his art, and it's like it's really cool. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fun. It just
Yeah.
gives it a unique, fun way to view stuff, other than here it's on a phone.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And then last one I've got is on the 10th. Malavida, I believe is how you pronounce it. But look at this. This gives me Blake Catherine vibes,
Mhm.
Right?
you know?
Very magical.
Totally dig this. Yeah.
Right? Mhm.
So,
Wow.
It's pretty.
there's a bunch of different pieces just like this dropping on the 10th. So, that's pretty cool. Let's see what else. So that's it. That's all I've got as far as Nifty Gateway because they don't care about marketing. Next up, we've got Maker's Place. Dave, you're gonna want to make sure that your volume is down for this one.
I got these all muted.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So this is Necrofear FX. Necrofear FX is a self-taught multidisciplinary digital artist from Albania. So I get some Bill Ellis vibes and stuff like that. But I feel like Bill Ellis pulls it off a little bit better. But still,
There's more
pretty
skulls and
stuff.
gold in that.
More skulls and gold. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah. So, but yeah, I dig it. I like that. I like it.
Yeah.
Then next up, you've got Vaccine, Vakseen, and I was
Okay.
like, oh, Vaccine. They're probably from Florida. Sure enough, Jacksonville, Florida.
What? Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
DeSantis and whatnot. All right.
Right.
Yeah, Michael
But,
Jackson.
okay,
Oh,
so,
gotta send it
like-
to Shams.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's weird about this, and I don't know how Vaccine is getting past the copyright on this, because a lot of these are copyrighted pictures
But
that they're
they're
just
traced.
it's like- yeah,
almost
it's
like
like-
something you're working on right now, Matt.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get permission on that.
Yeah, but you're still
But I'm
tracing.
just saying. Yeah, but it's so much more stylized than this. This is like I don't know. I don't know how I
Right.
feel about this.
It's pretty much like image trace.
Right.
And you
right,
just-
Yeah,
right.
it is
That's
like
what it looks
posturized,
like.
Yeah.
posturized, but then like just random colors instead of
Yeah,
posterized color. I see what you're
Absolutely. It totally looks like image trace. You bring it into Illustrator, you hit image trace. It's going to
Boom.
image trace it,
Yeah.
and then you just start dropping colors. Yeah.
Exactly.
100%.
saying.
However,
Like we've said before,
we know how the
sausage
sausage is made. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's easy for us to pick it apart.
Exactly.
So, anyway,
I don't know.
until they get in trouble for now. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's- yeah.
Let's see. So that's all I've got as far as the big drops and stuff like that. On the community stuff, first up, Winbush was featured in Sports Illustrated, which is pretty cool. So he is doing an upcoming collaboration with Sports Illustrated and 3 NFL legends on one of the NFT. So the one of the NFT is like a green NFT platform for entertainment and stuff, which is pretty cool.
I got
Yeah.
the Sports Illustrated NFT thing here.
Yeah,
It's on the
that's what
site.
that
I
is.
muted it. Make sure I'm not playing any loud ads,
Right.
loud direct TV ads. But yeah,
But yeah, so big shout out to Winbush for getting into that. That's a good
Yeah.
hookup. And then next up we've got James. He said
James.
he's got a drop coming out Wednesday with Nifty Royale. Doing an addition of 25, and the bios will then battle on the blockchain for a 1 of 1. It's a fun gamified elimination raffle. That's cool. I like that.
I'm waiting for it to come
Um,
up so I can show it. It's not appearing on the link.
As you can see it on my artist profile.
Yeah, I'm trying to load the. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah.
not. This is okay. It's just going real slow right now.
Yeah.
Real slow. I think we'll see a picture in a minute. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I'm just gonna bring it up. Well, there
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh yeah, he posted these on Twitter.
Oh,
Gosh,
wow.
these are gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. So I made a mask sculpted in VR and rendered in C4D and finished in After
All
Effects.
right. I was gonna ask.
Oh,
because-
first Otoy renders. First
Mhm.
Otoy renders. That's good.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, these are the two pieces. But
So-
yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
I guess the process is.
Uh-oh. He said
what?
wait. James said wait.
Wait for what?
So I don't know, like for it to load, I think.
Oh, for it to load. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the VR thing, and because the stuff because he's done a lot of VR stuff, like not
Wait,
necessarily.
he said that's his
realism.
last drop. Did I mess this up?
Oh, Well, I mean, I was just linking to the let's see.
Yeah.
Maybe let me go back. Maybe is this the new one? Maybe I just clicked on the wrong thing. Is this the new one?
I have
No,
no
because
idea.
that says 11/5/21. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he sent
James,
a,
did I
he sent
mess
a
this up?
Dropbox. He sent a Dropbox as well too. What is it called? Do you know? So we can look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Let's
the 2K
see.
pieces.
There's like a bunch of stuff in this Dropbox.
I think
so
you
I'm not sure.
literally sent me a Dropbox of your entire PC,
right.
James.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
like the entire PC. Should we just check Twitter?
Yeah.
Would that solve all
Yeah,
of
let's
this?
try that. Let's try
Yeah.
that.
Because
Twitter.
if you don't know James's work, you gotta check out
Yeah.
James. James, you need to come back on the show. It's been a while.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. If you don't know, he worked on Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
You gotta
really?
check out his work. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
The
I'll
ending
check it out for
ending
sure.
credits. All ending credits.
Okay, here it is.
No way, that was
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
Here you go, Dave. I got
I
it.
think I found it. I
If
think
you
I
go to
found
their
it.
site, it's under
38
drops.
minutes ago. Yeah, this is it right here.
Oh,
Here we go.
gorgeous.
This is it. Right?
Whoa.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. This is what he's got on Twitter. But this
Wow.
is so pretty.
Wow.
So pretty.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Now,
Yeah.
okay, see how it did the wipe? I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is that I didn't know if the wipe is part of the was like a breakdown or if that's part of the NFT, like where it.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
That bump
Man,
map.
look
though.
at that. I know, right? I was just gonna
Right?
say, like, man.
Wow.
So see, I would like to know about this
Just
process
download
because
my entire PC.
when you're in VR, like I would love to go through this. James, you gotta come be on the show. You gotta be on the show.
Yeah, you
again.
do.
We need to talk
Yeah.
about this. I mean, look at like the even in the
Details.
golds, like the the weathering and stuff, like the kind of that grunge. Would love to know more about that. Look at that. That's beautiful right there. Cool.
So pretty.
Cool.
Totally.
Is that all the community stuff that we have? I think that's probably it, huh?
Think so. I think that's it. Yeah. So, if you or anyone you know or love is doing a NFT drop, feel free to shoot us over a link at info@mograph.com. We'll shill it on the show.
Yeah. For sure.
Just a reminder that my piece is still available on Foundation.
Yeah, I know. I was
Oh,
looking at
look.
it the other day.
It's Dorpy.
You know, I had to pull a lot of strings to get that foundation invite from Chad Ashley, and now they're
Yes.
just giving them away.
I know. I got 10 of them.
So I'm going to make a foundation just for my Dead Dogs project. I'm going to start doing other animals too. I think I'd maybe do like 300 deer or so. You know, it's like super meta though because each one will go for a few $100. Yeah.
That's not
And
a
I-
dog pun.
and
That's
I
a
hate
deer
cats.
pun.
I
Yeah.
hate cats, but I might be able to make some of those as well. I was going to make that a surprise, but I guess I let the cat out of the bag.
Oh my gosh. Every episode I forget about Dorpy. How is it that I forget about Dorpy every episode?
I was gonna ask, where is Dorpy?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's a good idea for a dog to design a cat, but you know what they say? A dog always knows.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay. When you guys are introducing everyone, we should introduce Dorpy as well in the
That's
venue.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
It should be like a thing, right?
Yeah,
All
Dorpy
right, yeah.
is part of it, the show, you know, so
Yeah.
he has to
Yeah.
be introduced.
I'm Dave. I'm Matt. And I'm Dorpy.
Dorpy!
So have you been
All
getting
right.
into the NFT space? Have you been working on anything?
I'm working on something. Yeah, I'm working with the team right now. Let's see where it goes. So we're still in the process of working on it. Yes.
So where did you hear about NFTs originally? Because I think we all kind of have a story about like, oh, so-and-so told me about this thing.
Yeah. I would say last year, 2021, in the beginning of it, that's when of course, we heard from like in the news as well. I heard from the Beeple's art. That's where
Right.
everything began. I was like, I know him. Like I've met, like I've seen him. I was
I
like,
know
"That's
him.
I know him.
Yeah.
I know him.
Like, yeah, and then it was all over the news about like he sold his artwork for like thousands and millions of dollars and everything. And then I would say like that's when I heard first about NFTs, and then I was trying to understand what it really is, you know. And I would say like everyone had a question about like at that time, like about crypto and about NFTs, and that's when I first got like from the Beeple's art. I mean, of course, he's been doing his dailies from the longest, and I would follow his dailies like every single day what he has posted, him and Shams. And then when I heard about his NFTs, that's when I would say like I first heard about his stuff, and then I started looking up like what it really is, and like still trying to understand. There's still like a lot there's a lot of depth in it, so I would say like I'm working on it right now, so let's see it's in a process.
Where are you gonna post? Where are you gonna, what site?
I'm working with a team, and like right now we're still in the process. Like I don't know the depth of it, but we're still in the creative part, and he's gonna do the most of it. Like I'm the one who's designing and everything, and he's the one who's gonna tell me more about like where we're gonna post and everything. Which I wouldn't say like it's still decided yet. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna ask him. Yeah, yes.
Cool. Well,
So
you're gonna
it's-
have to hit us up and send
Yes.
us a link so we can do that announcement on the show.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Anything else in the NFT industry this week? Seems like I haven't heard too much going on.
I don't think
you know?
so. Not
Yeah.
that I mean, there's lots of stuff, man. I'm so burnt out on collections. Like I'm a little burnt
Yeah.
out on all these collections and stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
things need to go back to one of ones. You know, like everyone is into the collections.
Mm-hmm.
Collections
they're just-
are their
it's
own
like-
thing, you know, and
They are.
they're obviously it's a big fad. Everybody's got to get their 10,000 piece set out, right? But that's going to normalize, just like, you know, one of one's normalized and whatever. So it's kind of like, all right, let's see where all these collections land and just kind of like settle, and then maybe I'll buy something when they settle. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Let's get back to the regular show.
Are you going to do the outro, or you know?
Is there an outro? I already did the outro.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I said
Oh.
if you or anyone you know or love has an NFT that they're
Oh.
dropping this week, feel free to email us, info@mograph.com.
All right.
Let's get back to the regular
Well, you're
show.
confusing me. All right, let's get out of here.
The drop.
Is this the fucking mic? This is exactly what I should be doing.
All
Sorry, that was a
right.
little out of order.
Yeah. Mahnoor, thank you so much for being on the show today and telling us about your journey.
Yeah.
Of course. Love
great
being part of it.
conversation.
Now, if people want to find you, you got your Vimeo site and you got your Instagram and things. What are the addresses and handles and hashtags and things we need to look for to find you online?
On Instagram is my first name, Mahnoor_Barry, and I'll be start posting like more personal stuff that I'm working on right now, doing with Redshift, and also with Vimeo. I have a couple of stuff that has been posted as well, which is like vimeo.com/BarryFX. That has most of my stuff that I work on, and then I post it. There's a lot of client stuff that I'm not allowed to post, and a lot of work stuff that I cannot post, and that's what I've been working on for like past 1 year.
You know that
And
feeling.
and I can't really post that, but again, I'm getting back to like doing personal projects so that I can like, you know, keep posting, like keep showing what I'm doing right now. And yeah, so my Instagram is Mahnoor_Barry, and Vimeo is like vimeo.com/BarryFX.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. You can rate us on iTunes, leave a review on your podcatcher of choice, help get our ratings up. You can subscribe to the newsletters as well. That goes out once a month. Say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with the Mograph logo tee, the Paul Babb Feel the Babb 2020 shirt. All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders. You can also get the Render Things t-shirt, the hoodie, long sleeve tee, the Mograph blandishment shirt, and lastly, the That Render is Fire shirt, which you are only allowed to wear ironically. Unless you're Shams.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's about it. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Mograph.com. Check us out on all the things. Make sure you check out Mograph TV. And one quick reminder, next week it's a late start time. It is 1:30 Central instead of 12 on Valentine's Day with Doug. So make sure that you you set your ding bell on YouTube accordingly. So
1:30
1:30
Central?
1:30 Central is our start time. Yeah. So,
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to run like right out
Yeah.
to go pick up my kid right after that. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Got my schedule in my head.
There you go. So that about wraps it up. Until next time, we're going to get out of here. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
And I'm Mahnoor Barry. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Later, yo.
Later.